following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on Live at 4, a new business is coming to Macomb. What restaurant you'll soon see at this former music shop? Ahead.
And it was quite the scene in the WIU football locker room on Saturday night. See what led to the Gatorade shower and dancing later on in sports.
Plus, after a weekend of wicked weather, it finally seems to be calming down. Will this fall-like weather continue for the rest of the week? More from Storm Team 3 ahead.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
A new restaurant is set to open later this year in Macomb. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4.
The former Little Music Shop on West Carroll will soon become the Chicago Beef Factory. City Council approved a $15,000 loan to help the renovation. Chicago Beef Factory owner Dan Kokel said a full renovation is planned. Kokel also said they will be hiring 20 employees and plan to be open by the end of the year. You can count on News 3 to keep you up to date as progress is made.
An 18-year-old WIU student from Moline is facing drug charges after a traffic stop. A McDonough County deputy says they stopped Brendan McGee on Highway 67 at University Drive in Macomb for multiple traffic violations on Friday. A press release says the deputy found a jar of cannabis residue during the initial traffic stop. A later search of the vehicle led to the seizure of 137 ecstasy capsules and $1,100 in cash. McGee was lodged in the McDonough County Jail and charged with manufacture, delivery, and possession of controlled substance.
An East St. Louis man is facing charges of battery and home invasion after a fight broke out near the WIU campus. Macomb police say two men were fighting outside a home near West Adams Street. The police added after they approached the men, 21-year-old Devin Blackman forced his way into a house. It's unclear whether the resident of the home was involved in the fight. Police then arrested Blackman on home invasion and battery charges. A court date is yet to be announced. At Western Illinois University, the school is joining together in an international event to put an end to sexual, relationship, and domestic violence. Take Back the Night is a march and rally that will take place next Thursday night. The Resource Table Fair will start at 6:30 on the front steps of Sherman Hall, followed by the rally and the march to Chandler Park. There will be a survivor speak out after the march arrives at Chandler Park.
WIU President Jack Thomas has one more town hall style meeting left for students in residence halls. He visited the Corbin Olson E-Classroom last night and updated students on future plans for the university. Thomas ended the meeting with an open discussion and allowed people to ask questions, make comments, and express concerns. One student says this meeting allowed a comfortable setting for people to talk about issues within the residence halls.
I think it makes the students feel like more comfortable knowing that they have someone to talk to about issues, not just talking to like their RA, but have someone that actually can push the issues to be corrected.
The next meeting will be tonight at 8 p.m. in the Tanner Hall Circle.
The Macomb FFA now has a state-of-the-art greenhouse on campus. The greenhouse is located on the southeast side of Macomb High School. FFA advisor Wyatt McGrew says that the greenhouse is aimed at a new type of agriculture student. The greenhouse will be utilized in several different ways other than teaching.
One of our goals for that greenhouse too is to put vegetables and plants back in the community. So if we can do some projects that involve community gardening, if we can do some locally grown fruits and vegetables, if we can do things like that to really put stuff back into this community.
The MHS FFA program has grown to 83 students in its 3-year existence. Construction is underway at Lincoln Elementary School in Macomb. The addition will include a multi-purpose room, reading center, and a teacher workroom. The fencing is up and work has begun after the bidding process was initially delayed.
They're pouring footings, and so in a very short time, people will see a framework going up, and you know, once framework starts going up and things begin to get enclosed, it really looks like a real construction project taking place.
Lavender Construction has indicated it will try to expedite the construction process with hopes of having the project done sometime next fall.
A family-friendly event returns to Macomb with many exciting fall activities to get you ready for the Halloween season. News 3's Terrence Black reports on Moon over Macomb.
Then you will start trying to look you.
Moon over Macomb is a family-friendly event that celebrates fall, gets the community in the Halloween spirit, and supports businesses in the local farmers market. This year's festival began with a parade around the downtown square to showcase children and their unique costumes. Along with the parade are many other fall-related activities for parents and children to enjoy.
Different activities that we have here is the Barnyard Zoo, petting zoo, and we have crafts that people can do. We have the horse-drawn trolley rides. Of course, we have the farmers market.
All the activities are in the inner circle, so you can just circle it and you'll find tons of things to do. So please enjoy.
Do you want to pet the rabbits?
While many families did enjoy Moon over Macomb, it wouldn't have been complete without the horse-drawn trolley ride.
My name is Paul Bishop and I'm from Burlington, Iowa. The horse on the right is Sally and she's 7 years old. These girls weigh about 1,700 pounds each.
My favorite part about Moon over Macomb is just seeing all the kids and all the families coming together.
For News 3, I'm Terrence Black.
Thanks, Terrence. Terry says more events are coming up in town, including the Dickens on the Square celebration. That event takes place December 1st and 2nd. It will be the next holiday festival for downtown Macomb.
Halloween is just 2 weeks away, and Macomb will soon be running with zombies. Macomb Park District and Hornfield Campus are hosting Halloween events from October 27th through October 29th. On October 28th, the Zombie 5K will begin at 4:30 p.m. at the Hornfield campus. A shuttle will be picking up runners at Macomb's Chandler Park from 3 until 4. The Zombie 5K pre-registration fee is $20. There will be additional events such as a haunted trail, movies in the park, and more. For more information, contact the Macomb Park District.
The WIU Housing and Dining Services will once again sponsor its Residence Hall Safe Trick or Treat program. The campus residence halls will host games, trick-or-treating, face painting, Halloween movies, costume contests, and more. All children ages 2 to 12 are welcome to attend, but must be accompanied by an adult. The program will take place on Monday, October 30th from 6 to 8 at night.
Keeping Halloween in mind, the resident assistant council members will sponsor Thompson Hall's Haunted Housing. A haunted experience for younger children will be on October 30th from 6 to 8 in the evening, and a scarier haunting for teens and adults will be Friday the 27th and Saturday the 28th from 6 to 11 at night. Admission is $3 per person or $2 if you bring a non-perishable food item. All items donated will be given to area food banks.
Coming up on News 3 Live at 4. For the past 2 weekends, people have been driving to the llamas, crafts, and more. More on the annual Scenic Drive coming up.
Also coming up, through the rainy weather on Saturday, stop runners from raising money for a good cause. More on the turnout of this event ahead. I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane! I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
A local festival spanning more than a dozen Western Illinois towns is celebrating 50 years. Despite the rainy weather over the weekend, towns across Fulton County were packed for the annual Spoon River Valley Scenic Drive. One of those stops is Farmington, where a massive craft sale takes place every year. The festival features food, crafts, and activities for the whole family.
No, it doesn't stop people from, walking all over this mud. They really want to come out and, have fun and buy stuff that I myself have never seen before, so I like these little festival market things. They're nice.
Some people like Tammy Lowe even traveled from a different state just to attend the festival.
At home, so love yard sales, love crafts, love doing crafts, love seeing my family. So.
The Spoon River Drive takes place every year during the first 2 weekends in October, so if you miss this year, you can catch it at the same time next year.
For 7 years, people have been coming to WIU to support fallen soldiers. WIU hosted its annual Fallen Soldiers race on Saturday. Despite the rain, almost 450 people participated in the 5K. The event is put on in honor of 2 WIU alum who were killed in the line of duty. The nearly $15,000 raised from the run will go towards the Fallen Soldiers Scholarship. The scholarships support veterans and service members currently enrolled at WIU.
We had a rainy weekend, but will the rain stay out of the forecast for the rest of the week?
News 3's Molly Naslin has a closer look into the week's forecast ahead.
I was born in St. Charles, Missouri, and grew up with my mom and dad and my younger sister. Funniest or most terrifying? I used to get in trouble for laughing on air, and one day we had someone kind of come in and straighten me out a little bit, if that makes sense, and everybody got a pretty good kick out of that one. My favorite thing about News 3 is probably how close we can get in a learning environment to the real world, not only from great things like this studio to the production room and even our writing lab. It's almost like what the professionals use.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Good afternoon and welcome back, Macomb. We've got some great temperatures out there, sitting at 70 degrees, lots of sunshine out there, no clouds out there today. With a dew point at 39 degrees, low humidity at 32%, and winds out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. So those high winds are making it feel a little bit chillier than it actually is out there today. Looking at our almanac, we're right around average for our temperatures, just a little bit higher, and then our low is going to be a little bit higher than normal. We hit 88 degrees back in the 1950s, And we hit 24 degrees back in the 1940s, so got pretty brisk in the evening that night. Looking now at your satellite radar, as you can see, no clouds in the sky from what we saw from our blue skies out there today, and there's not a whole lot going on out there right now. Looking now at your current temperatures, we have 70 degrees here in Macomb, 70 in Beardstown, and 72 in Quincy. They have the highest temperature over there today. Looking now at tonight, we have 45 degrees here in Macomb, 46 in Beardstown, and it's going to be 48 in Keokuk. So you're definitely going to want those jackets out there tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to be 72 degrees, 75 in Quincy, and 71 in Burlington. So those summer temperatures are sneaking in with us, a little bit warmer than what we usually see in fall. Tomorrow night, we're going to have our temperatures get down to 46 degrees here in Macomb, 47 over in Burlington, and 48 over in Keokuk. Now then, for your temperatures tonight, we're going to have clear skies with a low of 45 degrees, winds out of the south at 6 miles per hour. So maybe you'll want to go stargazing tonight. It's going to be clear enough out there that you'll definitely be able to see it. Tomorrow, we're going to have a high of 72 degrees with winds out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. So it's going to be a pretty windy one out there, but lots of sunny skies. It's going to be a beautiful day. Looking now at your 5-day forecast, we're going to have sunny skies for the next 2 days on Wednesday and Thursday, with a high of in the lower 70s for both days, and then your lows getting down into the upper 40s. On Friday, we're going to have those clouds rolling into our area with a high of 74. Then on Saturday, high of 75, but we're going to have some chances for rain on Saturday. Then we're going to drop back down to some more seasonal temperatures on Sunday with yet more chances for rain.
Good to see it there. Weather hitting back to the 70s, warming up a little bit. I know some people wanted the fall 80 temperatures back after the past couple days.
Oh, yes. It's definitely a little bit more seasonal out there, but not quite as cold as what we're used to seeing.
And that'll help everybody out there outside playing sports as well. As we come up next in sports, we're not going to waste your time with short run-of-the-mill highlights. Extended highlights of all the big plays, including Macomb High Soccer's regional title clash at Peoria Christian, plus Bushnell West Prairie football attempted to clinch a spot in the IHSA playoffs. Those highlights and a whole lot more on the way next.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. The Macomb High boys soccer team started to click at the end of the regular season, cruising to the Class 1A regional championship game against host Peoria Christian. Friday night football, but not really that kind of football. The three-seeded Chargers got on the board first 15 minutes into the match as Logan Cupie with his left foot sends it into the back right corner of the net. They were pumped to set the tone early. Peoria Christian didn't let up from their beautiful setup for Bearcat Lehman. What an aim on the header. The Chargers out to a 2-0 advantage. The Charger student section was confident with all sorts of props. Big fan of the flip throw here by Andrew Dalton. Perfectly to Jake Howder. Howder power to head it in. Peoria Christian comfortably ahead in the first half, 3-0. The Macomb would strike on a penalty kick by Ben Williams as the Bombers went into halftime. Not out of it yet, down 3-1. Bomber head coach Jose Galvin getting loose for the second half. But fantastic moves like this one by Jonah Coyle off his left foot past Carter Benson built up a 5-1 Charger lead. 6 minutes remaining in the game. The ball takes a weird bounce, drawing the keeper out of the goal. Ben Williams cashes in again for the Bombers. He wants that ball. However, it was too little, too late for MHS as Peoria Christian wins 5-2, advancing to the Mendota sectional. The successful 2017 Bomber boys soccer campaign ends in the regional final. Meanwhile, in Peoria, Macomb High football on the road at Peoria Manual, a team that has won one game in its last 30 tries, and it was against the Bombers. Good start, though, for the visitors from MHS. Jacob Berg from 11 yards away weaves his way in for an early 7-0 Bomber lead. Turnovers were plentiful on Friday night at Peoria Stadium, but miscommunication here on the snap results in Berg jumping on the football. The Bombers take over, and Berg coughs it up on a hard hit, giving the ball right back to the Rams. Neither team could really cash in on the opportunities for most of the game until the second half. Macomb led 7-0 at halftime. Not anymore as Tay McElroy lobs it to the end zone for the touchdown. The Rams went for 2 and were successful. And then nice little run there by Brian Johnson. He cruises in for 6, and that ends up being worthy of a nice little jump. As a throw over the middle, picked off by the sophomore as the Bombers hung around. The Bombers sophomore in there making the nice interception was, we'll get to that there, that was McKenna Gabai with the interception. Macomb went right back to work. Berg finds a wide open John Ogle. He closes the gap. 16-14 in the fourth quarter. Ultimately, the MHS defense did not make enough stops. Like right here, the big boy Logan Jackson says, "Get out of my way." The Manual losing streak is over. An ugly game won by the Rams 24-14. Ironically, that was last year's score. The Bombers try to end the season on a high note Friday night in Macomb at 7 against Mahomet Seymour. Rolling right along, the Sparklones of BWP seeking a playoff bid in back-to-back seasons, and we have this slow motion highlights again. And they went to the Grove in South Fulton. Rebel quarterback is Dallas Mallet wasn't ready for the snap. The Sparklones recover. It ends up in a 1-yard QB sneak with 30 seconds left in the first half by Charlie Hensley. And then Hensley off again. This is early on in the third quarter. Hensley on the QB draw knocks it out of bounds, and then Devin Yoakum takes over at quarterback, and he fights his way in for the touchdown. The Sparklones got the 2-point conversion, 14-0. After a Rebel score, Yoakum still at QB near the goal line, tucks it off to Tyler Donaldson, who rumbles in 21-8 Sparklones with 4 minutes to go in the third. South Fulton turns it on to the air in the fourth. Mallett's pass is intercepted out of nowhere by Carter Weaver, and the Sparklones run away with it, and they are running straight to the playoffs again with a 35-16 victory. A Prairie Land showdown awaits the Sparklones in Scioto on Friday night at 7 when fellow 6-2 squad North Fulton comes to town. Macomb High School girls golf qualified for the Class 1A state tournament as a team and finished 11th out of the 12 teams. Individually, though, what a performance from Emma Thorman, placing 7th at Red Tail Run Golf Course in Decatur. On the boys' side in the Class 2A state tournament in Normal at Wybring Golf Club, John Michael Nixa was right in the middle of the pack, tying for 58th. Back to the gridiron. It was another wild one for Western Illinois football for more than one reason on Saturday. The Leathernecks playing host to Missouri State. Brett Taylor and company ready to go. Tie game 7-7 towards the end of the first quarter, and Ricky Nichols blocks the punt, scoops it, and scores it. The Bears led 14-7 after one quarter. WIU trailed 21-7 in the second quarter, but Max Norris kicks it into gear, adds a stiff arm, and scores on a 29-yard touchdown run. Hug me, brother. Down 21-13 at the half. Sean McGuire, more like Shawnee football in this toss. 42 yards of Zeke LaShore after a 2-point conversion. We're tied at 21. A couple minutes into the fourth quarter, Jalen Acklin alert. He reels in an amazing 26-yard touchdown pass in the back of the end zone. 35-24 Leathernecks. Missouri State didn't back down, though. 9-yard run up the gut by Nick Masoner closes the gap to 35-30, but things are just starting to get interesting. Play stops due to severe weather. Molly, what's going on? 99-minute delay. We resume with 5 minutes, 53 seconds left after a Bear turnover on downs. Steve McShane points to the camera on the 39-yard touchdown run. 2-possession Western Illinois advantage. And whenever there's lightning, Molly knows there's thunder waiting for it. In this case, it's Max Norris, another 29-yard touchdown run. The Leathernecks run away from Missouri State 49-30. McShane back to his usual production numbers, and Taylor recorded 16 more tackles while climbing the all-time WIU ranks. Number 10, Western Illinois visits number 2, North Dakota State on Saturday at 2:30 inside the Fargo Dome. Macomb High School was rejected for the second time from joining the Prairie Land Conference, but there are several schools, including Macomb, interested in forming its own conference. Those other schools remain anonymous, but Macomb Athletic Director Dave Bartlett confirmed that there is a second exploratory meeting scheduled for Thursday. That's all for sports. Final words next.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand, said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That would be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Big Pink Volleyball is back at WIU raising money for breast cancer awareness. You can see the National Broadcasting Society of WIU had a lot of fun tossing an enormous pink volleyball as they competed in this year's Big Pink Volleyball tournament.
Unfortunately, though, they did not make it to the next round, but hey, there still is some hope. Molly's Severe Weather Club still in it to win it. The Severe Weather Club plays tonight. Money raised will be donated to the McDonough District Hospital Dolores Cater Switzer Women's Center. So, Molly, you guys, any pregame exercises, rituals you guys are going through?
No, we show up there. We all think, hey, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna play our best, and it worked for us last night. It was a good time last night.
Yeah, we're able to win, even though the broadcasters weren't quite as lucky there. But how about what's the final weather looking like before you go into play tonight?
Final weather is actually looking really good for the rest of the week. We have temperatures up in the mid to lower 70s with those chances of rain staying off the radar until about Saturday and Sunday. However, we're going to be seeing those clouds rolling in on Friday, and those chances for rain on Saturday and Sunday will still be there for the rest of the week.
All right, well, that's all for us today.
But we are online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.